Hey cruisers, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be boarding the brand new Celebrity Xcel, their mega ship. Let's go check this thing out and go see. Hopefully you're as excited as Amy to see exactly what this ship has to offer. So we're going to start all the way down on deck 3 and work our way all the way up through deck 17 in the retreat area and show you everything there is to see on board the Celebrity Xcel. So if you're excited, let's jump into it right now. So here is our layout for deck 3. We're going to start in the back with two of the included specialty restaurants, Tuscan Restaurant and Normandy. On the one side there's staterooms. We'll continue walking forward to the concierge lounge and guest services. Then we'll have the martini bar at Grand Plaza, and then finally camp at sea. So let's go check it out. All right guys, we're gonna start with Tuscan Restaurant. Tuscan Restaurant is an Italian-inspired restaurant. This is one of the included main dining restaurants. So instead of having a giant main dining room with the same menu for everybody, there's several different main dining restaurants. This one is the Italian-inspired one. Italian? What am I doing? So let's go check it out. So leaving Tuscany, we come into this nice space. You have stairs that'll wrap around, take you upstairs. You have this cool glass crystal chandelier thing. And you have these really two cool chairs that kind of remind me of the chairs in 150 Central Park on Royal Caribbean. If you want to swing over here and check this out. So these pink chairs do have writing on them in French. And the reason that is because of Normandy, the other restaurant on deck 3. So let's go check that out right now. And right across the way is Normandy. This is their French cuisine inspired restaurant pairing with European wines. This is an included main dining restaurant. Obviously the wines aren't included, but let's go check out this style. Let's make our way on through the rest of deck 3. Remember, we're going to be going from the aft of the ship to the front end of the ship. So working our way back from Tuscany, you're going to pass some bathrooms, and then you're going to get to this very unassuming door. This is how you get to some of the staterooms on deck 3, and we know that because of the sign here, that's where it'll take you. You continue down this hallway that really doesn't have much of anything. You can tell there's not a lot of decorations or anything until you cross through this corridor. And then we'll be working our way forward. You can turn here and this will take you to the elevator lobby or the stairs, and then across the way there are more staterooms. But since it's just staterooms, we're going to continue this way. As you come around, this is where you can find guest relations straight ahead, as well as the concierge lounge. So one thing I really like about this layout is it doesn't feel like your typical like cattle call queue line kind of waiting for guest services or guest relations to help you. It feels very high-end, upscale. You have some nice seating around and then just a couple of desks, and it really gives you just an elevated experience, which is something that Celebrity does really well. Leaving guest relations and concierge service, we come out to the Grand Plaza, which is where the martini bar is. So this is a really neat area, and it actually kind of covers 2.5 levels, if you will. So first up, you get to this stage in this dance floor area. This is actually where they will set up bands right here, play music, have shows. You have seating all around. Then as we look up, there's that half level I was just talking about, but here is the martini bar. Here at the Grand Plaza Martini Bar, it's actually a really neat experience. Instead of just getting a martini or a drink, they actually do 2 flare shows throughout the night, one at 5:45, one just after 10, with actually flaring, and that huge chandelier above me actually changes and pulses with the music that's being played. So it's actually a really cool experience. So if you're looking for something different that you may not have seen on board another ship yet, definitely come check this out. And to finish off deck 3, we have Camp at Sea all the way on the forward end. Camp at Sea is the kids area on board celebrity ships. They make no bones about it, they are not the kids ships, but they do have areas for kids to go. Just know there are no water slides, there are no kids splash pads, anything like that. So if you do have smaller kids, this is really the only thing on board for the children. But I gotta say they did a great job. Tons of video games, tons of area for them to play, bean bags, cool chairs, and then of course they have this all new interactive TV screen that is actually meant for them to be interacting with. They can throw balls at it, the whole thing. It's got a plexiglass protector, Nintendo Switches. I mean, it's a really, really cool area for these kids. But like I said, this is really the only area on board for the kids. They do separate them by ages, so you don't have toddlers with teenagers. And that's it for deck 3, so let's make our way on up to deck 4. All right, here's our layout for deck 4. We're gonna start with Cypress and Cosmopolitan, work our way through the shops, little bars, the Grand Plaza, and then that'll dump us out into the theater. Let's go check it out. On the aft end of deck 4, we're gonna start with the Cypress restaurant. This is the Mediterranean-inspired restaurant and is themed after the goddess Aphrodite. So let's go check it out. One of the first things you notice is this amazing artwork of Aphrodite as you walk in. It almost feels lifelike, like she's staring at you. But let's go look at the rest of the restaurant. Let's move on over to the other restaurant on deck 4. Remember, these are included main dining restaurants. These are not specialty restaurants. These are restaurants that you may get assigned to rotate through as you're on board the ship. Our next stop is the Cosmopolitan restaurant on board, another one of the main dining included restaurants. So let's go check it out. So here's a fun fact for you. While filming this ship tour, we ran into the owner of the company that actually made these chandeliers. These chandeliers are real Murano glass from Murano, Italy, and they were imported specifically just for this build. And as you can see, there's multiples of these chandeliers. They're beautiful, and if you've never been to Murano to go watch some glass blowing be done, I definitely recommend you go do that. Leaving Cosmopolitan, if you walk straight ahead, you will go into the casino. But if you choose not to go through the casino, if you head towards Cypress over there, and we go down that hallway, it's a hallway that'll just lead you to the rest of deck 4 where the shops are. So from Cypress, we're gonna turn around and we're actually gonna head down this corridor here and go explore the rest of deck 4. One of the first things you come to is the Effie store. You can see this is just a jewelry store on board. From the Effie store, they do have the cut through to get to the stairs and the elevators. From the Effie store, you can see as we come around, the casino is still wrapping around us over here. And now it picks up again on this side as well. From the casino, we come to the Grand Plaza. Now the Grand Plaza really is the hub of the ship. Yes, you have some nice decorations and cool statues around, but more importantly, you're gonna have a cafe to get your coffee and your pastries, which I'll show you here in a moment, but you're also gonna have tons of seating to sit around. You have the world-class bar, you have multiple seating levels here, and the martini bar in the center with this magnificent chandelier that actually changes at night and goes along with the show happening at the martini bar with the flaring, as well as restaurants across the way and sports bars. This is just the center of the ship. This is where it all goes down. Here you'll have the cafe place where you can get pastries, coffee, some small sandwiches throughout the day. Now, before we continue down there, I want to show you across the way from the Grand Plaza. As you come out of the casino, you do have the Crafts Social Bar, which is where these two TVs are, and Le Grand Bistro over here. And we'll show you those in a moment, but I just want to show you where they're at for reference when we show you them. Moving on past the cafe, we get here to the photo lounge. This is where you can look at your photos, buy photos. You can also buy DJI equipment or JBL speakers. Then we come to the watch shop here. You have all your favorite brands, Breitling, Tag, Hublot, Cartier. And we continue with shops on our right-hand side, but this is where your future cruises on board. Again, a very sophisticated upscale feeling area. Does not feel like your typical wait area. We have more shopping. This is the celebrity shops. More shopping. And then what we get on the left is we get to the club. All right, so let's go check out the club. So this club is a really cool venue where they hold different activities, different game shows, just karaoke, all sorts of stuff. This floor looks pretty benign right now, but it actually becomes an interactive game board that's augmented reality, and they do that several times a day. Now, if you look around, you can see it's actually 2 stories. There's games and tables up top, all sorts of neat stuff. It's a very cool hangout area. We also have a bar over here, and then in the corner, kind of tucked around this stairwell, is this unassuming photo booth. This is gonna be the new space added for Xcel, so we're gonna head up there. It's called the attic. So let's go see what's in the attic. Just over here is one of the new spaces in the attic. This is gonna be a room that you can actually rent out if you want to hold a private function, a private screening of something, or you wanted to actually do the golf simulator in a private setting. This is the golf simulator room. It's got a massive screen that I will be showing you now. And this room holds up to 15 people max, and you can rent it out. Otherwise, it's gonna be closed unless it specifically says it's open for the golf simulation. As we pan around, leaving that area, you'll see this is what I was talking about. We have foosball tables, we have shuffleboard, we have some old school arcade games. Just a really cool, fun place to hang out, overlook what's going on at the club, and just another place to kind of get away, relax, and enjoy a new lounge. So like I said, this is the attic, and this is a brand new area for Xcel. Leaving the club, we're gonna head back towards the shops, and we'll turn left, and then this will take us to the theater. So let's go check out this theater because the design is completely different from most of the other theaters that you may have seen. So as you can tell, this theater is a completely different setup from most of the theaters that you're gonna have on board a ship. This is a very round 270 style experience. It's very reminiscent of the Aquadome on the Royal Caribbean ships. But because of this layout, you don't get a bunch of pylons obstructing your view. All of the seats are in front of the supporting pylons. So you get this really cool, immersive, interactive experience where the performers are running up and down the aisles in between you, dropping down from the ceiling, and you get all these unique perspectives with nobody blocking your view the entire time. So it's a really well thought out theater, a really cool design on board this ship. So let's go check out those last couple spaces on deck 3. We talked about the sports bar and Le Petit Grand across from the Grand Plaza. There's also Le Voyage, which is across from the Martini Bar. This is a specialty restaurant by Daniel Boulud. Hope I said his name right. But here's what you can see about it. It's his first restaurant at sea, so it is a specialty dining restaurant on board. But just around the way from that, we get to Le Grand Bistro. It is a restaurant, but it's also the home of Le Petit Chef on board this ship. And if you're curious as to what Le Petit Chef is, we have a whole video showing you a review from a different celebrity ship of Le Petit Chef. And then finally, we get to the sports bar area here. And this is what it looks like. Very kind of upscale, quiet area. It's called Craft and Social. So you got a couple of TVs here that are fairly large in size, and then just a couple more around the bar area. This is a great place to come grab a beer, watch your favorite sporting event on TV. From Craft and Social, this will take us back towards the aft end of the ship through the casino area. Let's head on up to deck 5. Here's our layout for deck 5. We're gonna start all the way back at the bazaar. A new experience moving forward to Blue, the Market, Celebrity Flagship, Fine Cut, Raw 5, the world-class bar, Attic at the Club, the art gallery, and then the second level of the theater. And here's the entrance. This is how you get in and out of the bazaar and the market through this really cool LED panel light maze here. And it also changes based on the festival or what's going on. So today it's carnival themed. Yesterday it was like being underwater. So really cool options here. Just something cool to explore and have a different, unique experience each and every day. So let's go check out the bazaar. One thing I want you to notice is there's not actually that much seating in here. So if you look around, this is pretty much the seating that you're gonna have here at the bazaar. And the problem is when there's a show going on, this place fills up and packs out because this isn't just another lounge, but if you walk this way, you'll see there's a bar area and then there's a stage area. So you're gonna have a dance floor, you're gonna have a place for bands to play. And that really just brings people into this area, packs it out, and it fills up quickly. So if this is something you're wanting to do, you're gonna have to come early to make sure you get a spot. Downstairs from the bazaar, you do have the Mosaic restaurant. This is another culinary experience that you can pay for on board, but as you look around, you'll actually see this is a really unique, kind of intimate experience. The problem I have with it is that it's open to the bazaar. So while you do get all this really cool light and scene spectacle going on, it's also gonna be very loud when the music's going, when there's shows going on. So if you're wanting more of a quiet atmosphere where you can talk and converse with people at your table, this is probably not it. Right off of the bazaar, we have the Spice Cafe. It's a great included dining area where you can come get complimentary, just little snacks from the cafe. Now there is also just off the cafe, a really nice seating area that's kind of built like a greenhouse where it's all glass, nice tables, tons of sunlight coming in, and just a great little nook of a place for you to enjoy your light snacks or whatever you're grabbing from the Spice Cafe. Just outside of that, there's also another coffee bar. So if you're wanting to have your morning coffee up here, hi Amy, this is where you can come grab your morning coffee and some pastries here as well. However, they are for a charge. Leaving the bazaar, we come to the bazaar market. Now, as you notice, there are certain decorations going on in the bazaar, and I'll show you a video of other decorations. It changes based on where you're at that day. So they have a couple different themes throughout the cruise. Today is Carnival, that's why you can see the festive stuff. And then this market is actually set up to have more of the Carnival themed and stuff from that area going on to celebrate that culture. Yesterday was set up as a Bohemian theme for the Bahamas. So this is a completely different experience depending on where you are and which sailing you're on each time. Inside the market is where you'll find Blue. Blue is the specialty restaurant only for guests that are aqua class or better that are staying on board. They have exclusive access to this specialty restaurant. So let's go see what Blue looks like. Okay, so let's make our way out of Blue, head back out of the market through the really cool screen tunnel, and we're gonna head on and look at the rest of this deck for you right now. As we come out, you get to the stairs and the elevator lobby, or you can go outside on either side, and this will actually take you to what they call their promenade area. It's not much of a promenade, it's more of just an outside walkway. Now there is seating in a couple of spots out here I'll show you what that looks like. If you made it this far, I gotta apologize because right here is where I would show you the seating area, but I can't because I accidentally filmed this open space and then didn't film the seating area next somehow. I just double tapped the record button. So I apologize. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. So let's keep moving. Back inside, as we continue moving forward, you get to this really cool area. It's got a lot of plans of ships and pictures of ships, and more importantly, it's got a large scale model of this ship. Then you can get to the celebrity shop. This is where you're gonna have all their branded merchandise here. And what's really cool is if you look down at the bottom, you can see the actual steel cutting for this ship that was signed by the people that were present for the steel cutting. Across the way is another brand new experience called Celebrity Flagship. So Celebrity Flagship is a brand new experience on board the Celebrity Xcel. Now they claim this is part museum, part retail therapy, and that's because you can explore some of the history here of Celebrity Cruises as a company from their inception all the way up into current, and maybe even some plans for the future. But you can also buy unique things in here when they have it open during the day. You can even get customized or personalized items in here that you can't get anywhere else other than Celebrity Flagship. They're not even selling them online. Moving on from Celebrity Flagship, we'll come back out one more time into the Grand Plaza. If you walk across the bridge here that takes you over where the Martini Bar is, it'll bring you to Fine Cut. Fine Cut is the restaurant that is a steakhouse on board. This is not an included restaurant. This is a paid for experience. Backing away from Fine Cut, we come this way, and we will come to the Oyster Bar, which is called Raw on 5 because it is on deck 5. So this is the Oyster Bar restaurant. Also not an included experience. If this is something you're interested in, you are going to have to pay a little bit more to come experience this. From Raw on 5, we come to the World Class Bar. This bar is kind of what I would say is akin to the Schooner Bar on Royal Caribbean, but it's a very nice bar up top here. And it's right as you come on from the gangway on embarkation day, and it gives you a great view looking out over the Grand Plaza. Heading out of the World Class Bar, this is going to bring us to the art gallery here from Park West. Now these doors are where you embark on embarkation day. This is where the gangway brings you on from. So as we walk through, you'll notice this is actually a really decent sized Park West art gallery. It's much bigger than the art galleries on some of the other ships we've been on. And it goes on for the length of the corridors, you can see, which is really neat. So if you're an art collector or you just enjoy art, this is a great ship to be on if you want to come experience that, because they have a lot on display every single day. And this brings us to the second floor of the theater. So this is what the second deck of the theater is actually going to look like. There's not a ton of seating on this deck. So while there's wraparound seating, you'll see it's only like 3 or 4 rows depending on where you're looking. That's it on this side. And this is what we have over here. The only other thing we have on deck 5 is going to be access to the attic as well as it was on deck 4, and I'll show you where that's at. And this is the access to the attic from deck 5 if you didn't want to walk up the stairs on deck 4 to get into the attic or to go to the club. So from deck 5, we're gonna head all the way up to deck 14. And as you can see, the reason is that everything from deck 6 to deck 13 is all going to be staterooms. There are no public areas at all. So let's head on up to deck 14 and go check it out. Here's our layout for deck 14. On the rear, you're gonna start with the Ocean View Cafe. This is going to be the included buffet on board. As we move forward, we will get to the Celebrity Pool Club, an elevated experience for a onboard pool area that we will talk about when we get there. Then we have the solarium, finally with the spa all the way at the forward end of the ship. So starting at the aft end with the Ocean View Cafe, you first walk into El Segundo Vacío. This is another coffee shop where you can actually get alcohol spiked coffees if that's something that you're looking for. Then you come up to some breads, your pastries, your fruits, a chocolate fondue fountain as you can see here. And then as we continue down this bar, you'll actually get to the main open area of the Ocean View Cafe, which is gonna be where all of the main included food is gonna be here. And here's what I love about it. It is ginormous, it is huge, it is very open feeling, and it's extremely well labeled. You can just see exactly where things are, what you want, and how to get there. And as you can tell, for people that are mobility challenged, if there were scooters or wheelchairs here, it'd be no problem. It is so open between these islands, you'll have no problem getting around, even if there's tons of people on board. I love the layout of the Ocean View Cafe on board this ship. Now, the Ocean View Cafe has plenty of seating, and I do not think you're gonna run into an issue trying to find a table or find seating or find food here. So this is an excellent buffet area on board the ship. So as you come out to the pool club, you'll notice they've made a very big decision to have a lot of shade around canopies covering stuff, a lot of shaded seating as well. That's one of the big improvements that they've made. They also said that their focus was not going to be just shade, but to also have more personalized service on board. This brings us to the Magic Carpet. So the Magic Carpet is actually a really cool area. It looks pretty big, but this whole area moves up and down the ship as needed, and it'll do different things on different decks. So sometimes it'll be set up like this, where it's gonna be a lounging and a bar area that just travels almost like the Rising Tide bar on Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. Other times, this is used as a way to board lifeboats for tender operations. The Magic Carpet also stops on deck 5 for other experiences as well. So depending on what deck it's on, is gonna tell you what it's doing at the moment. But right now, it's on the pool deck. It's giving you this really nice open air, breezy feel with a bar behind you and a place just to lounge with, of course, more shade. So as you can see, there's a lot of unique little seating areas here. This is the pool club on board the ship. You have this really fun monkey statue, which is kind of the ship's mascot is monkeys. So you can look for that while you're on board. But here's the pool. It's not ginormous, but it is a decent sized pool. But here's what I'm talking about when I tell you that there's a ton of shaded areas and seating areas. I mean, just look at the options here. You have all these canopies that open up, and then those cabanas are cabanas you can rent back there. But all of these pool chairs here have umbrellas that will open up, and you can see they're working on that right now to give shade to this area. You also have loungers that they put into the pool on the pool deck over there, as you can see, which is really neat. Then we get to the cool pyramid sign at the pool club bar, and this LED lighted sign was also made by the same people that made the Murano glass chandeliers inside of Normandy, which is Armor Tech, and we actually met the owner on board. Super nice guy. Shout out to Armor Tech. And then you have the pool bar. From the pool bar, you can see more just relaxing lounge space. Tons of this around. They've done a great job with making this not just feel like a pool area, but making it feel like a resort, like a hangout area you'd want to spend time at a resort rather than just baking in the sun. This is the pool valet station, something else new for the pool club. And what's really cool about this is complimentary. So all of these numbers are actually lockers. So if you want to have your stuff locked up and not have to worry about it while you're swimming or enjoying the solarium or maybe in the hot tub, you can lock it up for free here on board. They also have lotions available for after swimming. If you got a little sunburn, they have aloe, stuff like that. Or if you're looking for something a little more interactive and less water-based, they have free board games that you can check out or card games to go play and then bring back. And lastly, if you have a cabana, this is where you would check in for your cabana experience. So this is just a really nice upscale thing that they've added to this pool club area to make your experience that much better. Just off the pool deck, we have the mast grill. And this is just pool food you can have while you're out here. And then there's plenty of seating here for you as well outside. And then that hallway will take you back towards the magic carpet. Let's continue on inside into the solarium area. This is the solarium area on Celebrity Xcel. This is the adults only area. It is closed from the elements. So if you wanted something more climate controlled, there's tons of seating in here, as you can see. And there is a smaller pool as well as 2 whirlpools in here. Now you can see what's going on outside, whether it's raining or sunny, but either way, it won't affect you in here. From the solarium area, let's go ahead and head towards the spa. From the solarium area, continuing forward, the last thing on deck 14 is going to be the spa, and this is how you would access it. Now, unfortunately, the spa was booked out and we weren't able to get into any treatment rooms, but they did let us film the salon and the entry waiting area just for you guys to see. For the privacy of the people getting treatment, we didn't film them, but this is the hair salon and nail salon all in one. And you have all these products on the shelf behind you that you could buy. And then this is the waiting area out here. Obviously, more product display, more places to sit. But overall, a very beautiful, tranquil, quiet place to prepare for the treatment that you've booked. This is going to be our layout for deck 15. As you can see, we'll start with the sunset bar in the back, go to the new space Bora, then the rooftop garden. You have the jogging track back here. Then up front, you have the retreat lounge, the villas, and then the fitness center all the way on the forward end of the ship. So let's head all the way back first to the sunset bar. So finally arriving on the aft end of the ship, we get to the sunset bar, which in my opinion is one of the most beautiful bars on board. It just gives me a very Tuscan feeling off the rear. Tons of beautiful seating options around the bar, at the bar, just the plant life around you. Everything is set up to make you feel very relaxed, like you're in the Italian Tuscany side, just watching a beautiful sunset out here. I really, really like this bar and the location. And let's be honest, what's not to like about the location or the amazing view you get from the sunset bar. But now let's head on around and continue on our way to Bora. A brand new experience on board Celebrity Xcel is actually going to be Bora. Bora is a Mediterranean restaurant, and they actually have it branded as from over-the-top brunches to dinner under the stars. This is a specialty dining restaurant, Mediterranean style. You can see they're setting up for brunch already in there. But not only that, you don't have to sit inside there. You can check out this amazing garden area for dining. So let's go check it out. And this is what they mean by dinner under the stars. You have all these tables and chairs around you where you can enjoy your food out here in this beautiful open area. So this is, like I said, an exclusive experience right now to Celebrity Xcel. And then just in front of Bora is a space that looks very similar, only separated by a couple signs that say Bora, but this is the rooftop garden area, a complimentary place to come relax underneath the stars if you're interested in that. Off of the jogging track, right off the pool deck, this is where this little hidden alcove is. You're looking for some table tennis or some ping pong, but you can continue on the jogging track and it'll take you around to the forward end of the ship if you're willing to walk up these steps here and it's actually going to take you up to the next deck. So it's not really steps, more of a ramp, but it'll take you to the next deck. As you get to the top of the walking ramp here, you'll find a hot tub that overlooks the pool deck. So this is a really neat feature. Continuing forward on deck 15 is the retreat, and we're going to start with the retreat lounge. So the retreat lounge is only available to guests that are sailing in the retreat or in suites high enough to get retreat privileges that they bought into. And this is what the lounge looks like. It's a very nice, very well appointed, very cozy, modern space. Forward on deck 15 is the fitness center, and this fitness center on board Celebrity Xcel is really, really nice. Not only does it have tons of free weights and tons of machines, but there's also 2 separate studios for classes to be going on simultaneously, like spin class or yoga. So let's go check out and see exactly what that looks like for you. Here's our layout for deck 16. You have the mast bar all the way in the back. The jogging track does bring you up here like we showed you. Then you have the retreat Sundeck, which we'll go look at now. And then finally, the forward end is Luminae. So let's go check out the retreat Sundeck here on deck 16. So if you wanted to get to a retreat pool deck, you can actually do it from the retreat sun deck by walking up this red wall stairs up to the pool deck. So let's go check that out. So here on the retreat pool deck, you actually have a ton of covered seating area and a great breeze because we're at the top of the ship. You have this nice lounging area, but if you pan around, you'll actually see there are loungers over here in the sun, as well as tables to enjoy some cocktails at. And if you're wanting those cocktails, we have a bar over here. So you don't even have to leave this area if you're looking to get something to drink or relax in the shade when you're done being out in the sun. But let's go check out the pool. So welcome to the retreat pool deck. As you can see, the pool is not exactly ginormous, but there is a lot of area around it for lounging in the water, as well as relaxing in the deeper end of the pool. And then you have those 3 really cool swings that you can just relax in the shade and get this beautiful vista behind you from the forward end of the ship. And you also have all these loungers and a couple of these cabanas on the side, and all of this is included with the retreat. This is just part of the experience you get when you're a retreat guest. And then here's our layout for deck 17. It is literally just the retreat pool and bar. Everything else is going to be staterooms. Well guys, we hope you've enjoyed this entire ship tour of Celebrity Xcel. We've taken you everywhere on this ship that you could possibly see. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys so much. As always, you can always use the QR code here or the link down in the description below to have Amy book the perfect cruise on the perfect itinerary for you, maybe even aboard the beautiful Celebrity Xcel. As always, we will see you guys on the next one.